It is my pleasure to welcome the Namibian delegation to South Africa for this senior officials meeting of the fourth session of the South Africa-Namibia Binational Commission. Our engagement today takes place against the backdrop of the deep bonds of friendship and solidarity that have long united our two countries and peoples. These historic ties continue to underpin the strong and enduring bilateral relations between South Africa and Namibia and provide a firm foundation upon which we must continue to build a partnership that delivers tangible benefits to our peoples. We meet following the productive and successful midterm review, which was held here in South Africa in November last year. That review provided us with an important opportunity to assess progress in implementing the outcomes of the third session of the Binational Commission, which was held in Namibia in October 2023. The midterm review confirmed that progress has been made across various areas of cooperation. At the same time, it was equally clear that much more remains to be done. We must therefore use this meeting to build on the progress achieved, address areas where implementation has been slower than anticipated, and inject a greater momentum into our bilateral program of cooperation. This senior officials meeting carries an important responsibility. We are tasked with assessing the overall progress made thus far in implementing our bilateral commitments, preparing substantively for the fourth session of the Binational Commission, and identifying and recommending to our ministers new and emerging areas of cooperation that can further deepen the partnership between our two countries. As will be reported during this session of our meeting, we are encouraged by the sustained engagements by various departments to advance our cooperation. I understand that our colleagues in agriculture have met to revitalize the Joint Management Committee to develop a joint action plan in order to deepen cooperation between our two countries in this important and strategic sector. We are looking forward to their finalization of the action plan during this session of the BNC. The signing of many agreements during this session is yet another testament of the efforts we put since the third session of the BNC. Our principals have made clear the need for greater emphasis on strengthening, especially the economic dimension of our relations. In this regard, our deliberations should seek to identify a focused set of high-impact priority projects capable of advancing trade, investment, industrial development, and shared prosperity. One area we may wish to explore is cooperation in mineral, petroleum, and gas resources. Our Southwest African region, where our two countries are located, has emerged as a significant frontier for hydrocarbon exploration in recent century. The Orange Basin, which is situated offshore along the southwest Atlantic margin of South Africa and Namibia, covers a vast offshore area, approximately 700,000 square kilometers. Existing data indicate undiscovered resources of approximately 1 billion barrels of oil, 30 trillion cubic feet of gas, and 700 million barrels of natural gas liquids. These resources, combined with recent major discoveries, represent potential value in the tens of billions in dollars. We congratulate, as we did previously, Namibia for its recent oil and gas discoveries. We understand that the exploration of Namibian Orange Basin is among the highest ever recorded in deep water frontier basin. Historically, scientists have opined that what deep water basins exhibit commercial success rates below 10%, only below 10%. In the case of Namibia, however, out of 17 wells drilled between February 2022 and mid-2026 this year, 15 resulted in commercial discoveries, representing a phenomenal success rate of approximately 88%. The geological formations associated with the Namibian discoveries extend directly southward into South African waters. With its extensive offshore territory, South Africa is estimated to host approximately 27 billion barrels of oil and 60 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Like in the case of Namibia, exploration on the South Africa shelf has a rich history of technical success. Therefore, the proximity of recent world-class offshore discoveries presents a prime opportunity for South Africa and Namibia to build a unified basin-scale logistical and architectural framework. Rather than operating in isolation, both nations can harmonize their efforts to establish a highly competitive regional energy corridor that lowers entry barriers for continental and global capital. In the area of minerals, South Africa and Namibia's transboundary region is highly prospective for various mineral systems, many of these deemed to be critical for global development. These include rare earth minerals, uranium, copper, lead, zinc, tin, tungsten, lithium, graphite, and manganese. These resources form an integral part to the respective countries' developmental strategies. The finalization of the MOU in geology and mining will thus provide a framework for technical cooperation between the two countries, share geoscientific data, and attract investment to unlock the mineral potential. It would also facilitate engagements between relevant entities and between the two countries. Distinguished colleagues, our bilateral cooperation must also contribute more deliberately to the broader objective of accelerating regional integration. South Africa and Namibia should strengthen their cooperation in advancing market development, industrial development, and regional infrastructure. These areas are mutually reinforcing and are essential if our region is to build productive capacity, expand intra-regional trade, and improve its competitiveness. In this context, we should hasten efforts to maximize the potential of the Trans-Kalahari Corridor as a strategic regional trade and transport route, and both Namibia and South Africa are a member of this Trans-Kalahari Corridor. Improving the efficiency and utilization of this corridor will strengthen connectivity between our countries and the wider region, facilitate the movement of goods and services, and support deeper regional economic integration. Dear friends, the task before us is therefore not simply to take stock of what has been achieved. It is also to determine how we can move our cooperation from commitments to implementation and from broad areas of cooperation towards focused initiatives with measurable impact. I therefore encourage all delegations to engage constructively as we did during the midterm review in November, with a stronger sense of purpose. Our discussions should be frank, practical, cordial, and forward-looking, with particular attention to resolving implementation challenges and, more importantly, identifying concrete priorities that can be elevated to our ministers and to leaders. I'm confident that, guided by the enduring friendship and solidarity between our two countries, our deliberations will lay a strong foundation for a successful fourth session of the Binational Commission and for an even stronger and more mutually beneficial partnership between our two countries.